Jai Jai Guru Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Hastu Terasa Simadi Divine Grace ISKCON Founder-Acharya Jagari Guru Esi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Hastu Terasa Simadi Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नाम आचार्य श्रीला हरिदास कुर की जय। प्रेम से हो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपाल गोपीनाथ श्याम को राधा कुंद गी गौरवधन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। नावाडीप मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथ पुरी धाम की जय। यमुना माई की जय। गंजेश माई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंद। All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. Glories to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga. Om Vishnu Padya Krishna Prabhupada Disseminate Krishna Prabhupada Gaura Karna Sati. Easy, that's it. Om Agyanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurmitandena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manojistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kalamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yudapadakamanam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitamtam Sadhima Saretam Savadutam Varishnam Satyam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Valita Sri Visakam Vitamsa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagate Gopika Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastite Tatanjana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhan Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpataruyascha Kripa Sandhurevascha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki Sri Swapanisada ki Hare Krishna. It's not connected.
Hare Krishna devotees. We'll take a moment to introduce His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Damodar Maharaj. Maharaj was born in the year 1957, June 8, 1957 in Nigeria. So Maharaj, he grew up in a Roman Catholic environment and he was very much spiritually inclined right from his childhood. So particularly he was interested about reincarnation, what is karma. So one day he asked his biblical teacher about some questions relating to reincarnation and karma. And his biblical teacher told him that the questions were unbiblical. So, once I had not having received a proper answer or not being satisfied, then Maharaj explored different other spiritual groups as well. And finally he got introduced to Krishna Consciousness through a newspaper advert, where he saw a newspaper advert mentioning about self-realization, karma, and reincarnation as well. So he wrote back to that address which was there on that newspaper advert. And then he received the Back to Godhead magazine. So after receiving the magazine, he saw that on the back of the Back to Godhead magazine there was, and again, some vegetarian related information. So he thought this is something related to vegetarian cooking, so he did not read the Back to Godhead magazine for quite some time. And then after some time again he got in contact with the devotees, they sent a magazine again, and then he started his Krishna Consciousness journey. He got initiated in the year 1985, first initiation, and received second initiation in the year 1986. And he received his sannyas initiation in the year 2005. Maharaj is also very much academically qualified as well. He did his electrical engineering and he worked for some time. And later he got introduced to the moment and took up full time. So we look forward for having a wonderful and inspiring time from Maharaj, and would like to welcome by loudly chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you. We are not having the connection. So you have the PPT in your cell phone. I think it's shared. It is shared to everybody.
Introduce.
The PPT is shared to everybody. Yes, please check it. Now you can use your phone, but put it on silence so it doesn't ring. It's already shared?
Sharing.
Okay, he's doing it. So, wait a few minutes.
I've shared in the group, so there will be a difference in font. So I don't have a lot of font in my phone. So please bear with it. I've shared in the group. Please keep your phones on silent.
Please let me know if you are ready. You are ready? Okay. So we'll go through the overview, the first. What we are going to see in Sri Upanishad. The introduction of each Upanishad, Srila Prabhupada explained the importance of Vedic knowledge. The importance of Vedic knowledge. That is explained in the purport in detail. And it's a lecture he gave in London. There he properly described as Sri Upanishad is a Vedic literature. A brief explanation is given of what are the Vedas, how the Vedic knowledge is authentic, and how it is relevant for us. What is the process of acquiring this Vedic knowledge? All this is explained in Srila Prabhupada's purport. If you have gone through the purport, you see that he explained all this. What are the Vedas? How the Vedic knowledge is authentic, how it is relevant for us, and what is the process of acquiring this Vedic knowledge. This is the content of the introduction, the content of the introduction. Understand? And then the whole Gita, the whole six Upanishad, you see there are three sections. They are divided into three sections: the vision, the guidelines, and the prayers. Three sections: the vision, guidelines, and prayers. In the vision, the foundation of Vedic, the foundation of knowledge of the Supreme Person. You will see also in this discussion, what is the relationship between Six Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita? For those of you who have read it before this time, it is difficult to understand how is Six Upanishad. Where is it going? Where is it taking us to? But if you look very carefully, you see the Six Upanishad talks about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the absolute personality of Godhead. But who is the absolute personality of Godhead? That is what you find in Bhagavad Gita. So each Upanishad is talking about the Supreme, and the Gita describes exactly who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's the connection you see between each Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita. There is a connection. Mantra 1 to 3. We will see the practices for living entities. Practices for living entities. Principally begin from Isavyasam principle. From mantra 1 to 3. This is a breakdown. So if you understand this, you can know exactly what is inside the book. 1 to 3. Practices for living entities. And you'll see mantras 4 and 5. This is knowledge of the Supreme Person. 4 and 5. Knowledge of the Supreme Person. Mantras 6 to 8. Knowledge and practice of spiritual vision. In guidelines, you will see from 9 to 11, you get guidelines for knowledge. How to get knowledge. How to acquire knowledge. From who? (12 to 14). The guidelines for practice. And then 15 to 16, prayers for knowledge. 17 and 18 mantras are prayers for practice, where we will be praying to the Lord to reveal Himself beyond the light. Want to see the person from whose body we are getting the light. Want to see the person. Devotees are not just satisfied with the beginning of spiritual life. Brahman is just the beginning, not the end. Beyond the Brahman is Paramatma, and beyond Paramatma is Bhagavan. So the Lord is complete in two features: Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. So, who is this? Huh? Karvagata Sai Vishnu? Jagya. Who is this? Huh? Which one? Which one? There are so many Vishnu. Which one? The Karvagata Vishnu. Very good. Tell us, who is this? It's Jagya. This is Jagya Purusha. Krishna is Jagya Purusha. This is Jagya Purusha. And who made these prayers? These 18 prayers. Who made these 18 prayers? Who made these 18 prayers? Each Upanishad has 18 prayers. Only 18. Who made these prayers? Yesterday. You agree? Yesterday? No idea. Yes, both of you can understand. Swayambhuva Manu, he offered this prayer to Jagya when he was attacked. He's offered the prayer for protection. So this is Upanishad is a prayer for protection, not protecting our material body, not protecting our material position, but protecting our spiritual life, so we can have full shelter of Krishna. So it is Swayambhuva Manu who made these prayers to Jagya. Thank you. So that you have a breakdown from mantra 1 to 18. And how many sections we have? Each Upanishad, how many sections? How many sections? 3 sections. What are the 3 sections? Mission, guidelines, and prayers. Do we pray sometimes? Yes. How many of us pray today? How many of us pray today? Only very few. Please, you should learn how to pray every day. If you don't pray, it means you're not grateful to Krishna. It's not because you are transcendental. It's because we are not grateful. There are unlimited reasons why we should be grateful to Krishna, why we should pray to Krishna, why we should talk to Him, why we should appreciate Him. Unlimited reasons. Unlimited. Can you mention one of our acharyas who never prayed? Our acharyas. Anyone who does not pray, never prayed? Acharyas? Anyone? No. So they are not transcendental? They are not transcendental? So if we don't pray, it means what? So let us be grateful to Krishna. We should pray to Krishna every day. Not just harassing Krishna, give me this, give me this, give me this. That is not prayer. Prayer is humbling oneself before Him because we understand His supreme position. And we humble ourselves before Him, requesting Him to give us strength to become successful in our Krishna consciousness. This morning we are talking about seriousness and sincere in Krishna consciousness. We're discussing this morning with some devotees. And Prabhupada talked about this. I did it last year, seriousness, last year. And Prabhupada talked about this so many places in his purport. Seriousness and sincerity. So those are serious in Krishna consciousness must always pray every day. We pray to Krishna every day to help us become good, better devotees, to help become better devotees, so we can serve better, we can please Krishna the best. For us to do that, we must pray. Even to chant japa, if you want to do good japa, prayer. Bhakti not to Koda. I begged and I received the holy name. He didn't say I chant and I got Krishna. Bhakti not to Koda, Jiv Jago song. That's the end. The Jiv Jago. Bhakti not to Koda begged and he received the name. So we should pray every day. Every day we should pray. So we already explained that invocation. Now you can move forward. Invocation and mantras 1 to 3. What do we learn in this section? We are expanding. In mantras 1 to 3, including the invocation, perfect relationship between the Lord, the living entities, and his creation. This we learn in this section. Perfect relationship between the Lord, the living entities, and his creation. So if you take this upon yourself, immediately you can understand what is mantra 1, what is mantra 2, what is mantra 3. Immediately you can get it. And when you go inside the purport, the translation and the purport of Srila Prabhupada, you get these 3 topics. In invocation, mantras 1 to 3 teaches us the perfect relationship between the Lord, the living entities, and his creation. Invocation describes the absolute truth, the objective of this book. The objective of this book is the supreme absolute truth. That is the principal objective of the Srila Upanishad. Mantra 1 describes the Isavasya conception, the supreme ownership and controller of the Lord. Mantra 2 describes the consequence of following the law given in Mantra 1. Mantra 3 describes the consequences of not following the law of Mantra 1. First is the result of following. Mantra 3, the opposite of not following. There are consequences. Because as far as we are concerned in this material world, all our activities will bring result. Everything, whatever we're thinking, whatever we're eating, whatever we hear, everything that we do in this material world has consequences. So if we follow the principle of Sri Upanishad, Isavasya principle, the consequences is that if we don't follow, also there's consequences. In other words, there is nothing like independence for a conditioned soul. There is no independence for a conditioned soul. Independence is only for pure souls. Pure souls are independent. Madhabendra Puri, 6 Goswamis, they're independent. They don't depend on anything. They also don't have a reaction for any of the activities negatively. All the activities are perfect and complete. There's no reaction. But for those who are not, those of us who are not pure, are not their level, everything we do, will bring reactions, especially negatively. Therefore, each Upanishad will guide us to do everything according to the principle. It's Upanishad, the principle. And by following the principle of each Upanishad, the end result is perfection. It is perfection, the purity. Regaining our original constitutional position as eternal servant, sweet servant to the Lord, to the Supreme Lord. So we get these mantras 1 to 3. From 4 to 8. Who cannot and who can understand the absolute truth? Why you also cannot understand? Please explain. That is the heading. Subheading, mantras 4 and 5 describe why people mentioned in mantra 3 can't understand. 6 and 7 describes the vision of the Mahabhagavat, one who sees Krishna everywhere. And mantra 8 describes some qualities of the Lord as seen by the Mahabhagavat. 9 to 11. Cultivation of knowledge and nations. Mantra 9 describes two kinds of people who lack knowledge and not follow Isa-Vasya law. Mantra 10 describes how to acquire true knowledge. 11 describes the understanding of relative positions of material and spiritual knowledge. 12 to 14. Worship of absolute and worship of relative. Mantra 12 describes improper conceptions of the absolute truth and their worship. Mantra 13 describes how to develop proper understanding of the absolute. 14 describes the importance of proper understanding of material and spiritual energies. 15 to 18. Prayers for revelation of the Lord's spiritual form. Mantra 15 describes the relation between Krishna and his spiritual potency, the Brahmajyoti. 16 is a prayer for revelation. 17 emphasizes understanding Krishna at the time of death. Mantra 18 is a concluding prayer to receive Krishna's mercy. Any comments? Question? Yes, bro.
I heard that most of the most of the Upanishads, the description of the Supreme Lord is impersonal. But when we see here in each Upanishad, it is quite unique, wherein the Lord is being described as someone who is personal. So what is like the speciality of each Upanishad? It seems to be somewhat different from the other Upanishads. So can you please elaborate on this?
Yes. Isa Upanishad, Isa, the word Isa, is talking about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is different from others. So, Isa, this Sanatana Goswami explained it in Gopal Champu. One who has the power to control everything all the time, not sometimes. Like some people have misunderstanding that Isa is not only Lord Krishna, Lord Shiva is also Isa. So each upon his side is talking about who, which of the Isa? It's Krishna. And he gave the reason because Lord Shiva does not control everything all the time. Krishna controls everything all the time, including Lord Shiva himself. Therefore, each upon his side is superior to others. As you can see, he's talking about the personality of Godhead. Most of our acharyas, they give commentaries. But only very few give commentary of Sri Prabhupada. Only few. Because of his nature. And others, because others also they are tinted with God is not a person. They don't have access to his Upanishad. Only a few get commentary. And you also see that Prabhupada gave commentary only on this one, not others. It's not because others are not available, it's because of the nature of this one. This one is special. He gave commentary on this one. That the superior nature of his Upanishad above others. All right. Okay. Can move forward? Yes.
This is this one type, and does it condense only 18 mantra or it is a part of that? Like Brahma Samhita, we have each chapter. So is this Isopanishad is complete Upanishad? It is just only 18 mantra we have only.
It's only 18.
Only 18 mantra.
Yes, this is 18. There are others, but this one is only 18 mantras. You have some more? You have some more? It's 18. Yes, we know that Brahma Samhita was, other chapters were lost, only one chapter is there. So, but that is not the same what is Upanishad. It's 18. Bhagavad Gita is also 18. Right. All right. Something more? Yes, Prabhu.
Just confirming, is there a written handout on the presentation that you are making? Or you just taking the notes and the speed is limiting? So is there a written handout that you are presenting as well?
No, I don't have a handout. I don't have that. Is what I have is a PPT. This is what I have, and I will speak from here. So you can make your own note. For those who have listened to me speaking this, you will notice that what you get this year is different from what I spoke last year. Right? You notice? They're not the same. They're different always. That is the nature of absolute thing. Anything which is absolute, it doesn't have limitation. And according to the audience, according to the appetite of the audience, Krishna will give more things according to what is the appetite of the audience. That is the system of our tradition. The speakers will speak according to the quality of the audience. And that we see regularly. So even if I give a hand note for this one, it will be different. It will be different next year. So if you want the hand note, then you have to go through all the different. Every year will be different. Every year we get different thing. So it should be like that. It should be like that. Transcendental. Keep expanding. There are certain things I said last year which I may not say this year. Which when to say this next year also be different. So it's always like that. So you can make your own note as you continue to hear. And the PPT is here, so you also can go through it, because there are some of the chapters, some of the PPT is here. I will not go through the whole mantra, but so it's good that you have it, so you can go through it at your own time after we finish. Some are longer according to the context, because we got some material from our previous Acharya. Some chapters have those ones, so we added them together. So you see them in the PPT. So you can expand your own hand note. All right? Thank you. So can we move forward? All right. So we go to the introduction. So you can look into your book and also the introduction. Introduction. This is a lecture. Sri Upanishad is a Vedic literature. A brief explanation is given of what are the Vedas, how the Vedic knowledge is authentic, and how it is relevant for us. What is the process of acquiring this Vedic knowledge? We mentioned that is the content. You see. Teachings of the Vedas, delivered as a lecture by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada on October 6, 1969 at Conway Hall, London, England. 3 sections. Why we need to accept it. First of all, what are the Vedas? Why we need to accept it? How to get it? The aim and history of the Vedas. We're going to go through the content of the introduction. First is, what are the Vedas? Properly explained, what are the Vedas? Then he went on to explain why we need to accept the Vedas. There's a reason why we should do that. How to get this Vedic knowledge? What is the aim and the history of the Vedas? So Prabhupada begins. What are the Vedas? The Sanskrit verbal root of Veda can be interpreted variously, but the purpose is finally one. Veda means knowledge. 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 And Prabhupada continued to explain. Any knowledge you accept is Veda, for the teachings of the Vedas are the original knowledge. In the conditioned state, our knowledge is subjected to so many deficiencies. That's an introduction to why we need the Vedas and why we should accept the Vedas. That's introduction. So, nitron bomb, is it coming from Vedas? Atomic bomb is from the Vedas? Yes, no?
Yes.
Atomic bomb is coming from Vedas? You agree? No idea. Papa said any knowledge you take is the Veda. So what does it mean? Mathematics is coming from the Vedas? Mathematics from the Vedas?
Yes.
Yes? No? Yes. Similarly, the atomic bomb is coming from the Vedas. Yes. It is coming from the Vedas in the mode of ignorance. And Brahmastra is coming from, but in the mode of goodness. All are coming from the Vedas. Yes. There is no knowledge. Algebra is coming from where? Algebra. Additional maths. It's also come from the Vedas. From algebra you get this. This, yes. Yes. So Prabhupada is correct. That any branch of knowledge you take is coming from the Vedas. Because they are the original knowledge. They are the original. It is, at some time, it become adulterated, but everything is coming from the Vedas. When human beings become greedy and start to manipulating based on our mundane intelligence, therefore everything becomes degraded. If you give a knife to a cook, it's not dangerous. If you give a knife to a doctor, it's not dangerous. But for a thief, it is dangerous. So the danger is not the knife, it's the person who is holding it. The conditioned state, in our conditioned state, our knowledge is subjected to so many deficiencies. The difference between a conditioned soul and a liberated soul is that the conditioned soul has 4 kinds of defects. And a liberated soul does not have 4 defects. Similarly, the Vedas does not have 4 defects. Therefore, we should accept the Vedas on the authority that there is no mundane effect, no defect. That's the reason why we should accept the Vedas, because there is no defect. We have defect, and for us to become free from defect, we need the Vedas. Is our Upanishad is going to teach us, going to train us. Actually, Upanishad has 3 words joined together. Upanishad. We'll explain that later. So what is the first defect? The first defect of a human being? Imperfect senses. On the screen you have, our knowledge is imperfect. Our knowledge is imperfect. That is why we must commit mistakes. We get illusioned. We have a cheating propensity. And we have imperfect senses. We have 4 defects. I'll tell you one simple thing. I want to tell you one simple thing. Hare Krishna devotees, I'm saying that Hare Krishna devotees, they are very, very humble, and they will ask you for 10 minutes. They will take 1 hour. Is it true? Is it true? So what is that? Cheating. That is cheating. That is clean cheating. Do we know that it has effect in our progress in Krishna consciousness? Does it have effect or no? I'm asking, I want to know. Does this cheating has effect in our practice? Yes, it has a tremendous effect. Don't tell someone, give me 10 minutes and you're going to take 1 hour from the person. It is cheating. We should not do that. It is against our principle. Which one? Yes, truthfulness. Truthfulness. We have 4 regulative principles which we are keeping, right? We have 4 regulative principles that we keep. Or religion is standing on 4 legs, right? Religion stands on 4 legs. One of the legs is truthfulness. Cheating is cutting the legs of religion. So we cannot attain the perfection we are looking for if we maintain cheating. Please, let us be careful. We should be careful. So we have tendency to commit mistakes, to get illusioned, with cheating propensity and imperfect senses. Please see. What is this? Please tell me, what is this? Plastic. This is plastic. Box. See? Case. Just imagine. Just see. But all of you are graduate people, but see, just commenting. How can this be a box without the content? Have you ever seen a shadow without the object? Will you ever see a shadow without the object? So how can you have a case without the glass? Right? This is how imperfect our senses are. Therefore, we should accept the Vedas because they are not imperfect. And why it is not imperfect? Why the Vedas are not imperfect? It is coming from the Supreme Absolute Personality of Godhead. Supreme Personality of Godhead. Who is? Use the word of his Upanishad. Use the Upanishad language. Aparushaya. That's the word. Aparushaya. Yes. That is Krishna. Yes. That's the Upanishad language. So we use the language so you can understand. Yes. Vedic knowledge is for all people, especially human beings, not animals, only for human beings. So Mantra 3 is going to whip us seriously. Whip Mantra 3. Therefore, we better get Mantra 1 very clearly so that we don't get a whip. Mantra 3. Yes. It is axiomatic truth. The Vedas are axiomatic truth. Something which is beyond our experimental knowledge or understanding. It's beyond our experiment. We cannot make experiment to understand God. Why? He is beyond our intelligence, he is beyond our senses, beyond our mind. Mantra is going to tell us how Krishna has no leg but he runs faster than anybody. So how will you understand that person? How? What is the ability to understand the person? In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, I know everyone, but no one knows me. Is it true? Why? What's the reason for that?
We are not complete, so you cannot know that complete.
Okay, we are not complete. So he is complete. That's one thing. What else? Why?
Krishna is unlimited.
Okay, very good. Krishna is unlimited. Yes, very good. Our senses are imperfect. Very good. Very good. What else? Why?
Because in completeness we cannot pursue the complete.
Okay, very good.
Because we are more of our own body only, but he is the more of all.
Okay, that's chapter 13. Very good. Very good. Very good. What else?
We have limited thinking.
Okay, we have limited thinking. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Krishna knows all of us. Not just because he's a supreme person. Not just because he's a supreme. That is not the only reason. The main reason is he is the origin of all of us. So the parent knows everything about the child because the parent have been existing before the child came in. So the child will not know everything about the parent, but the parent will know everything about the child because they are existing before the child. So Krishna is the origin of everything. So he knows everything about us. Not just because he's the supreme, but because he has been existing before the creation, before everyone else. That's the reason. The first defect is that he must commit mistake. For example, in our country, Mahatma Gandhi was considered to be a very great personality. But he committed many mistakes, even at the last stage of his life. His assistant warned Mahatma Gandhi, don't go to the New Delhi meeting. I have some friends and I have heard it is danger. But he did not hear. He persisted on going and was killed. Even great personalities like Mahatma Gandhi, President Kennedy, there are so many of them. They make mistakes. The air is human. The next is illusion. Illusion means to accept something which is not Maya. That is which is not. So how do we understand that? What is not? Illusion. What is not? What is not?
We are not body. We are living that.
We are not the body, but we accept the body as the self. So that is called Maya. Okay, very good. Something else? It's not. So how much are we detached from the body? how much detachment do we have from the body? How much detachment? Now we understand we are not the body. Okay, theoretically, right? That is theoretical. But how much are we detached from the body? How many of us have eaten this morning? How many of us have eaten? We have taken prasadam this morning. This morning. So that's the body or I'm Brahmasmi? Which one? I'm a meti, not the I'm Brahmasmi. For those who realize the Brahman, this is the prasad. Krishna Kata is the prasad for the soul. The one we are taking through here is for this body. So we should try to understand. Let's try to understand that illusion is so dominant in our consciousness, so dominant that even though we are hearing and hearing and hearing, we don't hear. The day we'll hear, that day we'll practice. Our life will be different. The day we'll hear this, our life will be different. We'll change. So let's continue to try to hear. And one day we will hear. And then we'll act properly. So that is the second mistake, illusion. If I ask, what are you? If I ask you, what are you? You will say, I am Mr. John. I am a rich man. I am this. I am that. How many of us get angry sometimes? Sometimes you get angry. Why? Why do we get angry? What's the main reason why we get angry? The main reason why we get angry. What's the main reason why we get angry?
What is the main reason for which we get
Yes. Yeah, false ego. I'm this body. So I'm this body, and you have not recognized who I am. That's how we get angry. Not because you're not chanting properly, I'm getting... no. It's because of that. I am the body. And you have not recognized this body. Therefore I'm angry. Look carefully. All the thing we get angry over is the body. Illusion. Is it not true? Huh? Yes. Let's try to understand. We should try to understand this thing so we can get angry. So when you ask somebody, my dear sir, who are you? We will start to describe all the things we do. Is it not? I'm a doctor means what? That's activity you do. I'm a lawyer. That's the activity which you do. But who is that person doing the lawyer business? It's a soul. But who knows that? So this Upanishad is here to keep us close to Jagya, Purusha, so we can become free from this defect. This Upanishad business is to keep us close to Vishnu, Krishna, the absolute truth, so we can be free. We can be free from this illusion. Yes. Vedas come from Lord Krishna, not compilation of human knowledge. It's the reason why we should accept the Vedas. That's the reason. It is called Sabda Brahmana. It gives transcendental knowledge beyond the four defects. Therefore, we should accept the Vedas as authentic. Yes. Veda gives us transcendental knowledge. Yes. All right? If there's any question, you can ask as we're going on. If there's a question, you can ask as we're going on. Otherwise, I just continue. The third defect is cheating propensity. We already explained how. Also, cheating propensity is very deep in our consciousness. Very, very deep in our consciousness. That we don't know that we don't even realize we are telling lies and cheating. All because we are thinking that to chant Hare Krishna means we are not transcendental. So whatever we do is transcendental. That's a very big ignorance. That ignorance is causing problems to make us forget what we're supposed to do. So this will be cleared in our consciousness. Cheating propensity. Prabhupada said, although a person is fool, number one, he poses himself as very intelligent. Although it is already pointed out that he is an illusion and makes mistakes, he will theorize, I think this is this. This is this. But he does not even know his own position. He writes books of philosophy, although he is defective. That is his disease. That is cheating. Yes. So is it clear why we should accept the Vedas? Is it clear? Yes. You see also in the Prabhupada. If immediately the room becomes dark, you cannot even see your hands. So what power do you have to see? We cannot therefore expect knowledge Vedas with these imperfect senses, with all these deficiencies. In conditioned life, we must give perfect knowledge to anyone. We cannot give perfect knowledge to anyone, though we are ourselves perfect. Therefore, we accept the Vedas as they are. Yes. So what is the aim of the Vedas? What is the aim of the Vedas? What is the aim? Huh? Yes. The actual aim of the Vedic literature is to find out Krishna. To find out Krishna. Krishna. Right. Krishna. So what is the history of the Vedas? Originally, we have only one Veda. Which one? The original one. Please, my question was, so originally, one Veda. Which one? Before yesterday split it and made it four. Which was the original one?
Four divisions have been made from the Veda. Four divisions it is made from the Veda.
Which one?
It was not only Veda.
Yes, which one? That one. Which one?
Out of four, it is one Veda.
Which one? That's what I'm asking now. Which one? Yes, I agree with you that this is one, but which one?
Like we have heard that is a sound Veda. Original techniques.
Dharma Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, Rig Veda. Please tell me which one is the Veda, the one. Okay, we'll get to chapter 10. Krishna said, "Oh, the Vedas are Sama Veda." Okay. Thank you. Huh?
Veda is also called Shruti.
Yes.
Which is received through oral reception.
Yes. Vedas is also, yeah, it is Shruti. Shruti. What was Smriti? Is it Veda also? Smriti, Vedas or not Vedas?
So that is also part of it.
Part of Veda. You accept Smriti? Okay, which one is best? Shruti and Smriti, which one is the best?
Smriti.
Originally, Yajurveda. Yajurveda, originally. Then Vyasadeva expanded. And now my second part of the question, Shruti is the best out of the 10, which is Sabda Brahma. There are 10 Brahmanas. There are 10. Summarized to 3. And out of the 3, Sabda Brahmana is the best. Sabda is the best because it's by hearing. Right. So, Shruti is important. It is gotten to hearing. It's a sound. Because you see, everything you see in this material world came out from sound. Or even all these physical things, everything came out from sound in a mode of ignorance. Mode of ignorance. That produces all this. That is why to contract the ignorant sound, we have the transcendental sound. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram. This is the transcendental sound to correct the ignorant sound. It's the opposite. Now, especially in Kali Yuga, especially in Kali Yuga, Shruti is very good. So we hear. Smriti is most important. Smriti means what?
Study, literature, explanation.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Explanation of the Smriti. Shruti. Yes, that's explanation. Without the explanation, why Vyasadeva divided it? For purpose of understanding, explanation. So, foolish people, they don't accept Smriti, they accept only the Shruti. And there is a lot of confusion because of certain things. Even when Vyasadeva was compiling, and Ganesh was telling him, don't stop speaking. Vyasadeva said, see, if you don't understand what I'm speaking, if you write something wrong, it's a disservice. So you have to have some break. So they agreed. Without explanation, it's difficult for us. Most of us, difficult. So for me, explanation is more important. Without Srila Prabhupada's purport, yeah, which is explanation. Without Prabhupada's purport, how many of us will understand Bhagavad Gita? Just Bhagavad Gita. Who will understand that? Without purport. So Smriti is most important for me because it helps to explain the absolute truth. That is why we are speaking every day in Bhagavatam class, Bhagavad Gita class. We have to sit every day to explain what is already written there. If it is clearly understood by everybody, why explanation? Why speaking? We need explanation to be able to understand it. So it is very, very important. Therefore, both of them should go on. Shruti and Smriti should go on simultaneously. explanation of the original, so we can understand, especially in Kali Yuga, where our memory is very, very strong. Our intelligence is extreme. Our duration of life is millions. So, now we are limited in so many ways. Even our own mind, our own intelligence, our own senses, our own body, a lot of limitations and impediment on the part of bhakti. So Vyasadeva, he divided it. So we have Greek Veda, now we have Samaveda, we have Atharva and Yajur. And then from there, he gave us what? Mahabharata and the 17 Puranas. And from then, he gave us the Vedanta Sutra. And the ultimate Vedanta Sutra is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the end of Srila Vyasadeva's work. That is the best of his work. That's his best. The last and the best. According to his spiritual master told him, Bhakti is completely pure, clean, fully independent. Don't mix anything with it. That's Bhakti. If you mix anything with pure Bhakti, it will react. And anxiety. Follow Bhakti as pure as it is, no anxiety. Even the confusion, they will get cleared. But if you bring unnecessary things inside, it will produce unnecessary things and confusion. He faced that. So that the money told. And Vyasadeva, he was morose, bewildered, confused after he has compiled the Vedas, not before. So knowledge is to take us to bhakti. Knowledge to help us to bhakti, so we can do bhakti properly. If you stick only on the knowledge, you are a jnani, not a bhakta. But if you use the knowledge to understand the absolute personality of God and do service and become purified, then bhakta. So bhakta is required. Bhakta is needed. Not just gyan. Right? Okay, so we have 10 brahmanas, we said before. How many? 10. You see it? This is it. In the PPT, you go to you now. You don't have it? Okay, it is there. There are 10. Srila Jiva Goswami gave this, and also Madhva-Acharya. They gave this 10. Anyone can read the 10 of them? You have it there? You can read it.
That PPT we haven't received.
Okay. You already sent the first one. Oh, sorry.
The first, which consists of 8 pages.
Okay, so I'll read it. How many? 10. Who did this 10? Jiva Goswami and Madhva-Acharya. They gave 10. After the 10, what's the best? 3 is the best. And the best of the best is Sabda Pramana. Arsa, Upamana, Artapati, Abhav, Sambhav, Aiti here, Chesta, Pratyaksha, Anuman, and Sabda. If you want to write, I can go slowly and call it Arsa. That is one. A-R-S-A. Arsa. Second is Upaman.
English meaning of arsa.
It's not written here. It's not written here. I can find it later. It's the name of the Brahmanas. The third one is Arthapati. 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 Fourth one is Abhava. 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 Fifth one, Sambhava. 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 Sixth, Aitihya. 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 Next is Chesta. Cesta. Pratyaksha is a common one. Pratyaksha. Pratyaksha. Hanuman. Seventh one is Chesta. Cesta. Chesta. Pratyaksha. You finish? Hanuman. And the last one is Sabda. So Srila Prabhupada explained out of the three, Pratyaksha, Hanuman, and Sabda, which is the base of the 10. And then we say out of the three, Sabda is the best. What is wrong with the Pratyaksha, Hanuman, and Sabda? No. What is wrong with Pratyaksha and Hanuman? What is wrong with them? Yes, sir. Pratyaksha first. Pratyaksha. What is wrong with Pratyaksha?
It is based on sense perception, and our senses are imperfect.
What I see is what I believe.
Yeah.
Right? Right? So what can we see? What is the power of our seeing? So Prabhupada said in the purport, if the light goes off, you cannot even see. So that is even physical. What about beyond the subtle and then to the spiritual? So we cannot just understand the absolute by nonsense process, right? What I see is what I believe. How many of us have seen air? Air. You have seen air? So you don't have air? So what is the importance of our seeing? Have you seen your mind? Huh? No. Say if someone tells you, we have no mind, you'll be happy with the person? Be angry. So, that is not sufficient to give us the absolute truth. Good. Hanuman? What is wrong with Hanuman? Hanuman. Speculation. Right? Speculation. Huh? It is not this. It is not this. So what it is? So what is this? No answer. So Krishna is beyond our intelligence, is beyond our... Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So I can use that one?
There will be no notes on this.
Okay.
So, I can...
Okay. So here we have it. We have it. I think next time I will just give the whole. He has the whole thing, so he can give it all together, so we can use everything. Yeah?
How do they define Praman? Like, what would be understood when we say Praman?
Praman, a simple definition is the process of understanding what is beyond. That is Pramana. To understand what is beyond. And then our Acharya gave all this. This is what people carry in the contamination people carry in their head. So it's difficult for people to understand Krishna until they come to a sadhu. That's the simplest way to understand Krishna, to come to a sadhu. Because Srila Prabhupada Thakur said, Krishna's mercy. Where? What is Krishna's mercy? Where? Where do we find Krishna's mercy? Yeah, okay. Where do we find Krishna's mercy? Krishna's mercy. Where do we find it? Where can we find it?
In the association of sadhu.
Only Krishna's mercy is not what Krishna. Krishna's mercy is what Krishna's representatives. That Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, my dear brother, where will you find your fortune? Where? Our fortune is with devotees. It's not true? How all of us came to Krishna Consciousness? How do we came to Krishna Consciousness? All of us. True, Prabhupada. Is it not? The devotee, not Krishna, for a devotee of Krishna. In Chaitanya Bhagavad also, Nityananda Prabhu, Madhavendra Puri, they explain this. Nityananda Prabhu and Madhavendra Puri. Yes. Nityananda Prabhu said, I have traveled the whole holy places, visited the whole temples. All the temples I visited were empty. He saw deities there. Empty doesn't mean there are no deities there. There are deities and there are people there. But he said, I didn't see anybody until he met Madhavendra Puri. Both of them fainted, but just by seeing each other, they fainted. And when they regained consciousness, they said, yes, this is the perfection of my visiting holy places, a pure devotee of Krishna. That is where Krishna is. And Krishna told Ramani also the same thing. If you go to Vaikuntha, you won't see me there. If you go to the heart of the yogis, you won't see me there. If you want to see me, go to my devotees. My devotees are chanting my name. That is where you find me. Therefore, Pratyaksha is not the process. Anumana is not the process. Sabda is perfect. Why? Why Sabda is perfect? Why?
It is coming from the lotus mouth of Krishna.
It is coming from Krishna's pure devotee, speaking about Krishna. See, the pure devotees, they speak about Krishna out of affection. They are not speaking for material gain. They speak because they love Krishna. They also love us. So they are speaking for our own benefit about Krishna, whom they love so much. Therefore, who hears the pure devotee, you will get all the blessings to become a pure devotee like themselves. This is what we see. Prabhupada came and turned the whole world into a world of devotion. Just one person, because he has the blessing. But before Prabhupada came, there were so many people speaking about Krishna. And there were also many Bhagavad Gitas. But who became devotee? Bhagavad Gita was existing before Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita, but who became a devotee? Who? Who even understood Krishna is the Supreme God? Among? Nobody. But just one Bhagavad Gita Prabhupada. see the whole world. Because pure devotee. So Krishna personally, he told Vrindavana, I don't know anything, anybody but my devotees. Because my devotee does not know anybody or anything but me. I reside in the heart of my devotees, and my devotees reside in my heart. In the book, what Prabhupada said, if you disturb a devotee, you are giving pain to Krishna. If you disturb a devotee, you are giving pain to Krishna. Is that what we should do? Is that what we should do? Therefore, we should be careful how we relate with each other. Because you don't want to give pain to Krishna. If you give pain to Krishna, what will happen to us? We'll go back to Godhead. No. If you want to go back to Godhead, if you love ourselves, please, we should be careful with how we relate with each other. So be careful, very attentive. Because mercy of Krishna is what Krishna is devotees. And we want to get Krishna's mercy, we get from devotees. Alright, so we hear Sabda Pramana, we hear from devotees about Krishna. Then our love for Krishna will develop. So hearing is what's important, superior. By hearing, Prabhupada said, net of instruction. Of course, many places, but net of instruction, Prabhupada is saying, just come, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness is established to give chance for people to hear. Alright, so we accept Sabda Pramana to be the topmost, because it is the sound of Krishna produced by Krishna's devotees. This way they make everything very clear.
Yes. We were talking about Shabda Pramana being supreme.
Yes.
My question is related to people who are deaf, cannot hear. So, are there any instances from the scripture, examples of someone who is deaf, but still by the power of the Shabda Pramana, they were able to awaken bhakti within themselves, within their life?
If in our tradition, there's deaf people who became devotee by hearing the sound, I couldn't think of any person like that for now. What is coming to my mind is animals who chanted the holy name, and the trees who responded to the sound of Vyasadeva. The tree responded. The tree also, the animals, they responded to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's chanting. They all attained perfection just by hearing. They didn't even understand anything. So we cannot say that they have ears to hear anything. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I say, Haridas Thakur, I have come here to give Christian prayer to everybody through the holy name. I have done that to human beings. What about the plants? What about the trees? How am I going to do that? And I say, you allow chanting, they have also got it. They chanted with you. There was echo from your jab. They also, that was the tree chanting. So they got the blessing. That's what I came to my mind. Those entities who are defective of hearing but became purified by chanting, by hearing. Anyone remember somebody? Do you remember somebody who is deaf? But
there's a member of our community in London that is deaf and he hears through sign language. So he was teaching me it's Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Dham. And there's someone there that does sign language for him during the class.
Yes, I noticed, I know that some group of people, they visited before. That's the first time I saw. They're teaching even blind people signs. So they can read by the hand. So read something by hand, not by singing. They can read that. So that's what I'm saying.
Does that mean that Shabda transcends just the hearing? It's more about the revelation within the heart?
Yes, if we hear the sound, the sound is so powerful that it gives purification. That purification brings realization. And it is based on how much purification is going on in our heart. The more the dirty things are going, the more realization comes. So if you continue to hear the sound, definitely you come to that stage. That is why the sound is given. And it's very, very powerful. Because it goes beyond the mundane. So which we hear continuously. Yes?
So is it better to then chanting by yourself or you hear from somebody? When you hear chanting and then you hear?
Why Prabhupada gave us bead to chant? Why Srila Prabhupada gave us bead to chant? Because we need to chant. Right? Otherwise, we would have said, I sit down and just hear my job, so you don't need to chant. But he didn't do that. He gave us bead to chant. And so we have to chant to get that. See, what we chant, Hare Krishna, that does not purify us. What we hear from what we chanted, that word purifies us. You understand? So Prabhupada said, chant with the tongue and hear with the ear. Two things are required. We need to hear. You see, sometimes people can stay 5 hours for kirtan, but 16 hours is very difficult for them to chant. But we have not been given bead to do sadhana 6 hours in a day, 10 hours in a day. But we get beat to chant 6 rounds. Means what? We chant and hear is powerful. What's not just what person is. Yes, what like Chaitanya we chanted or like we do sadhana, people get a purification. But that is to bring us to the stage where we will do it ourselves. Yes, Mr.
You're raising an interesting question.
Yes.
Maharaj. I could argue with you and say, well, my sound is tainted, materially tainted, it seems, because so better I just sit and listen to Prabhupada chanting, because he's chanting the pure holy name. It will be more beneficial for me.
Does Prabhupada knows that or not?
Everybody have these boxes, and they're playing the boxes all day long.
So are we saying that Papa didn't know that? That's why he gave us beat to chant? Or Papa is so humble, therefore. He knows it. Papa knows that we have to chant personally, and we should make effort. If I remember correctly, Sir Bhaktisiddhanta says what he said, when we are fingering the bead, we are massaging Lord Chaitanya Lotus feet. So we should do that. The sense of touch is there. It has effect. It has effect on us. So we should chant that and hear ourselves. Otherwise, Srila Prabhupada will have just tell us to sit and hear him chant. And then when he will physically disappear, then now we will continue. Like now, he physically not present physically. So then what will we hear? What will you do? If we're not ready to go back with him at that time, so what will happen to us? So he knows that it is important for us to personally do the chanting and develop that pure love for Krishna. Just like Krishna didn't tell Arjuna, just sit down, let me kill all these people, and then don't have nothing to do. No, we have to do something to show that we are ready for Krishna's mercy. So we have to chant to develop that. Does it make sense?
Better to chant in a group. Better to chant alone or in a group? Which will be better?
To chant in a group is good, because we are being supported by other devotees chanting. The energy is many devotees are contributing spiritually to the environment. So it's more conducive when we chant together.
So in that case, we are not properly able to hear our own sound. Every sound we are hearing from others. If you're not hearing others, if you're not hearing, I said, because other people are chanting too loud, then sit a bit far from those who are chanting too loud. See what those who are not chanting too loud. So it can be supported. There is potency in chanting together with other devotees. There is a lot of support. Haridas Thakur, he can do it alone because of what he is. He himself is an association. We need association. So there is a need for us to come together and chant together. It has very powerful effect in our consciousness. If I'm sitting in my room and if I sleep, somebody is there to wake me up. I'm sitting alone in my room and chanting, or I'm in the cave chanting. If I sleep, who will tell me that? Nobody, right? But if I'm sitting here together, at least somebody can come and say, Prabhu. We need support. And also, when we see other people chanting, it's very encouraging. Encouraging that I'm not alone, I'm being supported. If sitting alone there, how long am I going to continue with this? It's so hard. Is it possible? Alone. But when you see other people, and especially when you see those who are really enthusiastic and need it, they try not to sleep. It's encouraging. That energy will contact us. So the recommendation is we should chant with pure devotees and look at them. The taste they have for chanting will affect us. Their taste will affect us. It will help to improve our own chanting. That we cannot get alone by ourselves. We need somebody else to push that. It is true that some people chant louder, but
We should try. If we are doing nicely, we will not be distracted to hear other people say. Next. Okay. The Puranas are in 3 divisions, right? Tamasic, Rajasic, and Sattvic. 3. Vishnu Purana, Naradiya Purana, Padma Purana, Garuda, and Varaha Purana are in goodness, Sattvic. Rajasic are Brahmanda, Brahma Vaivarta, Markandeya, Bhavishya, Vaman, Brahma Purana. This is Rajasic. Matsya, Kurma, Linga, Shiva, Skanda, Agni. In the mode of darkness, Tamasic. Yes.
I don't actually understand this when it is said that there are certain Puranas in the mode of ignorance.
Yes.
I don't understand that because they are Vedas, so how can they indicate the mode of ignorance? What does it mean?
Yeah, what it means is that Srila Prabhupada, he compiled this thing looking at the consciousness of the people.
So it's specifically for people who are
Yes, 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 yes. And you see, did you see anything missing here? Okay. Look carefully. What else?
17 is there.
So which one is that? Which one is not there? Look carefully. Can you tell me what is not there? This is there? Why you go to Bhagavatam, you didn't see this one? This one is on your hand. Is this one there? So what is not there? This is pure. We were asking before. This is pure. That is the difference. Yes. Yes. This is not within the mood. Yes. Yes, sir.
Like Vara Purana, Vara is the incarnation of Lord.
Yeah, good question.
Brahma is also Lord's incarnation. So why it is case Matsya Purana and Kur Purana are Tamasic and Vara Purana, Brahma Purana is the last thing?
Good question. You'll see that some of these Puranas mentioned here, Prabhupada has quoted from something from them. Right? And in Brahma Vaivarta Purana specifically, that is where you find the description of a Tulsi Devi we worship every day. Yes. That is where you find a person, the history, has it came from there to here, and everything that is did before going back. It's in Brahma Vaivarta Purana. And also you see the glorifications of Kartik. You find also in Skanda Purana and other Puranas. Yes, they are all there. So the thing is that, let's say 90% of them talk about mundane things. That is why it is Tamasic, Rajasic, or Sattvic. So a few percentage are still there. Even though it is Varaha Purana, but what he's describing, what he's talking about, he's teaching low class people. Therefore, it is classified within the mode. So few, but some good things which are inside, they are taken. Founder-Acharyas and explained for us. Like I gave example of Brahma Bible Purana, even Babisha Purana. Some things are also quoted from there. So 90% is within the mode. So a few good things is inside. So it is based on that that is described in this way. And this Upanishad is out. Yes.
In Kali Yuga, it is said that less than 1% of the Vedic knowledge is available. Most of the Vedas have been lost. That's what, to the best of my knowledge. So now Vyasadeva, having done the hard work of dividing this Puranas into first mode of goodness people, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. And now that knowledge itself is not being available to the people who are in the modes of passion and ignorance. So how do we, what is the relevance of this hard work, or how do we understand this thing?
Yes, that was Srila compassion. His intention was to gradually elevate us from where we are to ignorance, to passion, to goodness, then become a devotee. But the problem is, especially in Kali Yuga, we don't take advantage of the facilities given. We only take undue advantage of the facility. That is a problem. So it was not bad intention. It's a good intention to help us. But we are taking the lower side and forgetting the reality. That is it. That's the problem. Therefore, Narada Muni told him, what you have done is very good, but see, people are not taking full advantage. You better do something transcendental. Because some things we do in the name of compassion, because it's not really compassion, in the real sense of it. People will not take full advantage of it. Instead, people go through take the lower side and commit more mistake. Like why Buddha came. Buddha came, people are following the scriptures to do their sinful things. But that was not the intention of yesterday. His intention was to help people to gradually come to the right platform to do what is right. But we don't do that. So his purpose is lost. So Narada Muni told him, do something different. Then he gave the Bhagavad Purana, which is the best. Yes.
This division of three modes of the branch, whether it is where it is mentioned that division, which that categorize all this Purana in three modes, where is the source where you can get in this division part?
Division of the modes of nature.
The three, all this Purana in the three categories. So where the source so we can find that, where it is mentioned these three divisions.
Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami Sandarbhas. Jiva Goswami.
But other parts, like other, they don't follow Jiva Goswami and others. So they believe it is your things you have mentioned in that. Our Purana is the Sattvic. But you have made this as a Tamasic, you have noted that. But you don't follow your line of chain, then how to convince them? This Purana is Tamasic or it is a Rajasic or Sattvic.
You look at the content. So let them look at the content. What is it teaching? For one to kill animal to please Durga. So is that good for a human being? That is for tamasic person. It's not for goodness. Right? There is a greedy person, a sinful person named the slaughterhouse Durga Mandira. Right? So whatever you get from this temple is Durga Prasad. This is Prasad. Can you imagine? Where did he got it from? The scripture. But that was not the intention of Piazza. He would have given something directly, like for example, only one university. There is no other college. How many people will go there? And how would you get there? The same way Krishna allows so many so-called religious systems, so many so-called. When you look at it carefully, you see that they are not. They're not really religion. But at least in the name is there. Now, properly going to mention, we're going to do those who are using religion to cheat. They are not spiritual, but they are cheating. They will get punished. But they are taking their cheating mentality from the scripture, from the Vedas. Therefore, it has to do something different, something above all this. And he gave us that. So we are saved. But don't forget that all of us sitting here, we also came from there to where we are now. We have forgotten. We have done all those nonsense things, eating meat and cancer thing before coming here. That is yesterday's costlessness. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, yes. So we take break. We'll see you tomorrow.